Hey there, I'm Natalie and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Natalie Core. This space is all about realigning to the centre of you through the movement of Pilates and Barre. Today's session is a Pilates session all about working your core strength. So we're going to be targeting your abdominals, your back body, your pelvic region as well. We're starting here today seated, so you can choose to kneel if that's okay for you. You might want to come into a cross-leg position. I don't mind which one you do. If you've got dodgy knees, you probably don't want to be kneeling. You might find cross-leg a bit too much as well, so you can always have your legs out in front of you. As long as you're comfortable, that is the main thing. So finding your position of choice. And then once you're there, you can rest your hands down onto your knees or thighs, or you might want to take your hands to your rib cage as we close eyes and connect to breathing. And we're always thinking about that lateral breathing in your Pilates session. So we inhale into the sides of the body, the ribs go nice and wide. Exhaling, everything closes back in. Inhaling in through your nose. Exhaling out through mouth to release. And as I always say, the lateral breathing is something that does take practice. You don't necessarily get it the first time. And if that's you and you don't really understand it, it's not a problem. Inhale in through nose and exhale out through mouth as your main foundation to that breath. It might just mean you to do a few more Pilates sessions, but again, it can take weeks, months, possibly even years for some people. Therefore, understand what I say in terms of the language, but if you're not sure how to connect it to your body, that's not an issue. It will just take time. It's really about that breathing into the thighs. So we think ribs go nice and wide, and then we close back in to release. So it's breathing into the sides of the body, but if you don't get that particular movement or can't even feel it for yourself right now, it's absolutely fine. Inhale in through nose, exhale out through mouth, as I said, as your main foundation to that lateral breath. Hold with the breath. Number 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Flickering open eyes, they're closed. Now we come into a seated position with your feet away from you for more like a mini Pilates roll up. So a modified version of our straight leg version. So your feet want to be together, your knees are bent. Your feet can be away from you, so not so much here, but a little bit further away from you there. And we look to find that C curve initially. So reach your arms out nice and long, palms face in towards one another. So right now I'm sitting tall, you're probably sitting tall too. We're looking for the C curve to start with. So we want to think about the navel joint in and the pelvis tucking slightly. So tuck, tailbone, abdominals contract. Now we aim to keep the shoulders in line with the hips, but we're reaching forwards as well. We're not sinking, so we're not collapsing the chest. The chest is still actually quite active and up and alive here, so it's not collapsing, the chest is still broad there, but abs contracted, shoulders in line with your hips as you reach forward. So you're in this C curve, keep the chin from chest, you're not here, you are here. This is your start position, so we're here in the movement, not all the way here, we're a little bit more with shoulders in line with your hips there. Now we inhale in here in this C curve position. As we exhale, we keep the rounding of the lower back of the lumbar spine. We start to round back, we're not going back all the way, roughly halfway. So from here, you inhale, the arms a little bit lower in line with your thighs. Now when you exhale, keep the abs contracted, reaching the arms up but keep the arms in front of you. Inhale, arms come back down to thighs. Exhale, round forwards, find the C curve. So not a straight back, you're going back to where you started, so abs contracted, shoulders in line with your hips there as you reach forward. So you inhale to pause it here. You exhale, you keep rounding the lower back, so you keep thinking about the round of the lower back, abs contracted. You find the arms slightly lower and you only come back halfway. You inhale in here to pause. Now as you exhale, reach your arms up, keep the abs contracted, arms stay in front of you, don't come all the way up and line your ears. Inhale, arms come down once more. You exhale, round it forward, so you find that C curve again, so keep the abs contracted like someone's trying to hook you back. Inhale to hold it here, and we go again 3 more times. So we exhale, We keep the contraction, arms come down a bit lower. Inhale here, exhale, reach arms up. Inhale, arms come back down. Exhale, rounding forwards to your C curve once more. Inhale to pause it there. 2 more. Exhale to round it back. Inhale to pause it here. Exhale, reach arms up. Inhale, arms come down. Exhale, rounding forwards. Inhale, pause. Last one. Exhale, round back. Inhale, pause it there. Exhale, reach arms up. Inhale, arms come down. Now this time hold your thighs and just start to gently roll back down. So just modify that release down onto the mat. When you come onto the mat, you're going to take your arms out beside you, either into a T shape or bend elbows into a catcher shape for your spine twist supine. Legs come into tabletops. One leg comes up leg comes up. Knees in line with hips, and your heels come in line with your knees here. For the spine twist supine, the full version. We think about moving from our center. So as you inhale, use your abdominals to move you to the right side. So you're moving your obliques to the right. Pelvis lifts, legs follow. Keep your shoulders up, back, down. Inhale, back through center. Exhale back through center. Inhale, move your abdominals over to your left hand side. So shoulders up, back, stay down. The mid-back should stay somewhat connected to the mat as well. The pelvis will lift, the legs will follow. Exhale, come back through center. Good, so you inhale, move your abdominals one way, pelvis lifts, legs will follow. Exhale, come back through center. Inhale, go in the other way. Again, the abdominals initiate that movement. The pelvis will simply lift secondary to that, and the legs will then follow that movement. And you come back through center. So keep working this nice and controlled. You inhale to go to the side, you exhale back through center. You make sure you move from the abdominals first. So I always stress this in your spine twist supine, that it's the abdominals that move you. The legs do not move you. The legs actually follow the movement, they don't control the movement. We need to really connect to the deep core strength here, working obliques specifically, but thinking about really moving from your center as a whole. Now as you move your abdominals one way, we're always thinking ribs are going the other way, so hence why I stress also that it's not about the rotation. The rotation is most certainly an element of this movement, without a doubt, but it's not a big rotation. We're not trying to come all the way to here. This is too much. In fact, if your legs touch on the ground, you're doing way too much leg-based movement, not enough oblique-based movement. So what you want is to think about when your abs go one way, your ribs go the opposite way, to make you work your abdominals more. The rotation, although important, don't make it the main focus. It's not about how far you go in the rotation, it's about where you're rotating from. Let's keep this going for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Your final movement should be going to the left hand side. We start on the right, so let's balance it out by finishing on the left hand side. The last one. Exhale, draw it back through the center. When you come back through center, bring your feet back onto the mat. Now your feet should be hip distance and parallel here. Once you've got your feet on the mat, hip distance and parallel, so you can start to take your heels of your fingers. Interlace your hands behind your head, elbows to your peripheral vision. Think about drawing the shoulders up, back and down for your chest lift. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, think navel draws down so you can lift your head and chest, and you gaze to your knees, but keep your chin from chest. Inhale to pause. Exhale to release back down to the mat, and inhale to pause there. So we exhale, we contract the abdominals to lift the head and chest, and we're gazing to the knees to avoid holding tension in the neck. We inhale to pause, and then we exhale to come back down. So we really think about working the deep play of your core strength, now your transverse abdominis. Exhale to navel to spine. Lifting up, gazing forward, so it's knees, inhale, pause. Exhale, release back down. We'll do 3 more like this. So when you exhale, you really find that deep contraction as you lift. You look to knees, you pause it there, and then you come back down. We'll do 2 more. Inhale to pause at bottom, exhale, contract to lift. Inhale, pause. Exhale, come back down. This time you stay lifted. Take a deep inhale in. As you exhale, find a deep contraction, navel down, lifting head and chest, shoulders should be off mat too. Now we're staying here for your chest lift with rotation, working back into your obliques, moving through the waistline once more. This time as you exhale, move your waist over to the left hand side, gaze past your left thigh, the right shoulder will lift off slightly, that's fine. Inhale, come back to the center, keep your shoulders lifted, keep your abs contracted. Exhale, move to your right hand side, the left shoulder lift up slightly. Exhale, come back through center. So inhale, come back through center, getting breath mixed up with spine twist supine. So you exhale, go one way. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, go the other way. Inhale, come through center. Now what we want to be mindful of here is that the rotation should be coming again from your center there. Keep your elbows still. Ensure your elbows aren't starting to move into your head to give you the illusion that you're rotating. You keep the elbows nice and wide to your peripheral vision. You move through the waistline again as you go from side to side. This time we exhale to the side and we inhale to the center. And we look past the thigh of the direction we're going to and we lift the shoulder of the opposite to the side we're going to. So you're moving to the right side, your left shoulder will lift up. If you're going to your left side, the right shoulder will lift up each time. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2. We started on the left hand side. So we want to finish over onto the right hand side. Come back through center. Now from here, if you need to hold your thighs to help you, that's fine. Otherwise, we're going to aim to roll up in this modified version. So arms straight, feet together, walk your feet further away from you. Hold the thighs if you need support, use your biceps to help you there. So you want to inhale in here with the abs contracted. As we exhale, we start to peel our back off the mat, deep contraction, round it forwards into that C curve, and sit up nice and tall at the end, loosely crossing the ankles and coming onto your hands and your knees here into your quadruped, so your all fours position. Hands underneath your shoulders, fingers nice and widely spread, knees underneath your hips. You want to think about the shoulders drawing back and down away from the ears, lifting up here, so we're not arching here, so lift navel to spine, tuck toes, and hold your knees an inch off the ground. Your knees don't need to come in any higher, it's unnecessary, so your knees just an inch off the ground. We inhale to tap, we exhale to lift. Inhale, knees tap down, exhale, lift up. Now with this one in particular, we need to be very mindful of what the back is doing. Although yes, we work the back body as part of your core strength, we're not meant to be arching here. So that core strength needs to support you, not create aggravation or damage. So as you're in the all fours, we often get a lot of this in the all fours position. A lot of people just naturally do this, but we want to be lifting up here. So as you're lifting your knees up and down, you keep drawing the navel up the whole time, never releasing into the anterior pelvic tilt. No arching here, we want a nice neutral spine here. So think abs in, lengthening tailbone as you inhale to lift, exhale to lift, inhale to tap. Exhale to lift, inhale to tap. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hover your knees off the ground, that last one. Shoulders back and down, navel lifting up to spine, look beyond the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and release your knees down on 1. Release toes out behind you for Pilates style cat-cows. With Pilates style cat-cows, we're going to keep that head nice and still. So as you inhale, you will let the belly lower down slightly and the tailbone will start to go up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, your navel to spine and the tailbone tucks. Now notice I said keep your head still. It's not the big version of cat-cows we do in yoga, so we'll do more of a exaggerated version in yoga, which is completely appropriate for yoga. It has a place there. But here, keep your head still. As you move through your pelvis in this way, it's about the abdominals working more. So we're not trying to find a bigger range, we're trying to engage your core strength, so in particular we're trying to use your abdominals here. This is your Pilates style cat-cows. So when you inhale, the belly goes down slightly, the tailbone will go up to the ceiling. When you exhale, you lift the navel to spine and tailbone tucks, but your head will stay still the whole time. So we're thinking more about that engagement of your abdominals, working your core strength there. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take one more inhale. where the tailbone goes up to ceiling and belly releases down. On an exhale, where you lift the navel to spine, tailbone tucks. I'm going to find that neutral spine, that halfway point in between both poses for your front support. So keeping your hands and arms side as they are, so fingers nice and wide spread, press into past fingertips, navel lifts up to spine. Step your right foot back, secure yourself in that position with the right foot, and then float the left foot back into your plank position, shoulders from back and down for front support. As you exhale, bring your right knee forwards under your hip. Inhale, step back. Exhale, left knee forwards. Exhale, step back. The knees just coming under your hips, so not quite like a mountain climber, not all the way to your chest, just under your hip and back. Keep lifting navel to spine. We're still thinking about that real core strength there. Shoulders draw back and down as you move the knee forwards on the exhale and back on the inhale. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish with the left knee coming under your hip. Step him back. Release knees down. Release toes and push back into a rest position. Have a moment of stillness here and breathe. Feel free to interlace your fingers behind you. Press your palms together, lift the arms up away from body as well to get another stretch there. And just release your forehead down to the ground. Once you've had some time here, then release yourself up. You want to swing around to sit in the center of your mat, maybe slightly further forwards if you need more room behind you for your roll like a ball. So think about that spinal connection here now. So working your back body, working a bit more of the spine. Having your hands come onto your shins, not to the knees, not quite as low as the ankles, just somewhere in between there. Probably favouring more the lower side, but not all the way down here. So a little bit more here with the flat palm, fingers facing towards one another. Walk your heels in towards you. You really want to be like you're in a ball. You come to tip your toes, elbows nice and wide. From here, as you inhale, tuck the tailbone, so you're rounding your back to roll back. Exhale to come up and find your balancing point. Okay, so you want to have your toes off the ground now. So inhale, round back, roll, and then come back up and find your balancing point. Try to stay in that nice tight ball, so it's not a slack movement, it's a tight movement. We'll do 2 more. Inhale, round the back, roll back, exhale to come up and find that balancing point. Last one. Inhale, round the back, come back, exhale to come up and find that balancing point once more. Then from here, release your feet down for your teasers. Have a quick rest for your teaser prep. So we start in the same position. Reach your arms nice and long, palms facing towards one another, and this time we bring the legs up into a tabletop position. So we need to find that balancing point in a slightly different way. Chest is open, shoulders back and down. You're going to have somewhat heels and low knees, so they might be a little bit lower, a little bit if you need to, but try and keep them up. Now with your teaser prep, we want to keep the knees bent. So you're resisting the urge to go with straight legs. As I demonstrate and do it for you, and I'm not saying I'm the best at it either, you want to keep your knees bent the whole time because we're trying to use your abdominals to move you, not the motivation of your legs moving to move you. So there are exercises where the legs will go in and out, but this one, your teaser prep, the knees stay still. And you really want to focus on working from here and less the legs taking over. So as we come into that tabletop position with the legs, we take a deep inhale into prepare. Now as you exhale, you are again rounding the lower back, the long spine like the roll like a ball. You're coming to just hover off the mat, and then as you inhale, you're coming all the way back up. Use your abdominals without using your legs. I laugh because I know I struggle. So you want to exhale, round back, to come back to here. Inhale, to come up to here. If you find that going all the way down is just too much and you really can't get up and your legs are going all over the place, that's fine. Only go halfway. So you would exhale to maybe here, inhale to here. Work a smaller range. So you might exhale, round to come back, and then come all the way back up. You might still struggle, that's fine. Arms straight is preferred. Can you have hands behind thighs? If it helps you to start to understand it. So maybe you might want to be here, you go to here, and you come to here. My only thing with this is that you're using your thighs to pull your knees into chest. At some point, you're going to have to be able to keep your legs still without using your hands to bring you in. So have a quick break, and we'll go with 3 more together. Okay, so when you are ready, when I'm ready, let's come back into our tabletop. Arms straight, hands here if you need some support, but try to get out of that very quickly. So hands here. Take an inhale in to prepare. As you exhale, tuck tailbone, round it back to where you're going to, either halfway or hover off the mat. Inhale to come back up, keep those legs nice and still. 2 more. Exhale, round that back to come back halfway or hover. Inhale to come up. Last one together. Exhale, round it back. And then inhale to come up. And then we leave the feet to come down. Just give yourself a little hug. Wrap your hands around your shins there and breathe. It's really, this one is really about that core strength. Like you need to be able to control what's going on with the back. You need to be able to really use your abdominals, and we're really thinking about also the legs having minimal movement, because the legs will want to take over and it becomes more momentum and less engagement here. We come down in a modified roll up. So move your feet away from you. Legs together. We're going to find that C curve. So we're going to tuck the tailbone, abs contracted, shoulders in line with hips, arms towards palms facing in towards another, chin from chest. Take a deep inhale in to prepare. As you exhale, we're going to start to roll that back. So slight difference to the first way we did it at the start. We're going to roll it back. We're going to find our chest lift. Can you get down nice and low to here? Inhale to pause it here. Exhale, reach the arms back, down and around, and then bring your feet so much closer to you that your heels are now closer to be tickled by your fingers. Your feet are hip distance and parallel for your shoulder bridge prep. So you want your feet grounded, you want your palms grounded, shoulders grounded. We take a deep inhale in to prepare. As you exhale, again that deep contraction, draw navel down to your spine. Hold the contraction, hold contraction. This is the most important part. Now as you contract, you're going to start to lift your pelvis, low back, mid back, into really what is our pelvic curve in Pilates, but we're going to step it into a shoulder bridge prep. So you want to have the chest a little bit lower. It's not here. We want the chest a little bit lower. Abs stay contracted. The glutes are certainly lifting, so we're feeling more of that rounding in the lower back, not an arch. Palms down, shoulders down, feet glued to that mat. Keeping your right foot on the ground, lift your left leg up into tabletop, left knee in line with hip, heel in line with knee. If you're going to watch me, come out of it and watch me. Try not to move your head to watch me. See what I'm doing first and come back into it when you're ready. The left leg stays in tabletop, the abs stay contracted, the hips stay lifted. So we keep the abs contracted, we keep the hips lifted, the glutes engaged. You want to tap your toes down to ground in a tabletop, not a straight leg, so bent knee as you inhale, exhale to lift. Inhale to tap toes down, exhale to lift. We're working at lumbar spine stabilization, so we're keeping the lower back nice and stable, the pelvis nice and stable. So when I say lumbar spine, the pelvic lumbar stability there. Working your pelvic stability. You should feel it in your right glute, the right foot that's down, that side you're activating more as you inhale to tap and exhale to lift the left toes. So inhale to tap, exhale to lift. Keeping both glutes the same height, so keeping that pelvic stability, keeping the abs contracted. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, last time lift left leg up, then left leg goes back down to ground. Keep your hips lifted, just adjust your glutes to be the same height, abs are still contracted, the chest isn't lifting into an arch, we're trying to round the back more. Again, feet glued down for now, palms flat, shoulders down. Now we really think about imprinting that left foot into the ground as we lift the right leg up into tabletop, knee, knife, hip, heel, knife, knee. We keep the abs contracted, we move the hip dissociation, so moving the hip joint. We inhale to tap, toes down, exhale to lift. Keep the glutes the same height as you inhale to tap, exhale to lift. Inhale to tap, working that left side now. Again, the left glute is activated as you work into your pelvic lumbar stabilization, really keeping the lumbar spine really connected there. Inhale, tap, exhale to lift. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, right leg comes up in that last one. Then right toes come back down. Again, take a moment of stillness here, so the glutes want to be the same height, so your hips are the same level, abdominals contracted. Inhale to pause here, exhale, pillow from your mid back, low back, and your pelvis comes back to a nice neutral position. Next, just take a nice little stretch for the glutes, then take your right foot across your left thigh. Either press your right hand into inner right thigh or Interlace fingers behind your left knee. Hug into your chest and gently use your right elbow to anchor right side down to a deeper stretch there for the right side glute and breathe. And then we change sides, left foot down, left foot goes across your right thigh. You can press your left hand into the left thigh or interlace fingers behind your right knee, hug into your chest. Use the left elbow to anchor left side down there and breathe. Deep inhales and exhales. Then release your right foot, left foot back down to the ground. Arms down beside you, legs together. I'm going to bring right knee, left knee up into tabletop and then straighten legs. Stay up to see. You want to have your hips, your heels so it's right perpendicular to your hips there for your corkscrew. The main thing about corkscrew is you're really want to keep your back down. So we're trying to keep that connection between your lower back and the mat, so about your pelvic lumbar stability. The pelvis, although is going to move, you want to keep the lower back down. Point toes, arms glue down, shoulders glue down. We make a straight line to the right with the toes. So toes go to the right hand side as you inhale. Now as you exhale, semicircle. So the circle goes down, around, over to your left hand side and then back into a straight line, and we go the other way. So you take your straight line to the left hand side, semicircle down, around, over to the right hand side and then back into the centre. So straight line to the right as you inhale, exhale, down to semicircle, over to the left hand side and then straight line through centre. Other way, straight line to the left hand side, circle and down, over to the right hand side and then back in through centre. So you do a semicircle on the way down. You keep the legs glued together. Your pelvis is moving with your legs, obviously. So you're moving the pelvis to make that circle. We're trying to keep the low back down as much as we can. So we're really trying to keep the lower back connected to the mat as we work that semicircle. So nice and steady and controlled, working this lateral movement, working to your obliques. Good. We do one more circle to draw a line to the right and down, over to the left and back in through centre. Your final circle is to draw your line to the left, and down, and then back in through centre. Hug the knees into your chest, rock from side to side, massage your back into mat, until you eventually roll onto your right, and then from your right onto your front. We'll finish with some lovely back extensions today. So you want to think about length. Feet are slightly separated, press your toes into the mat, press pelvis into the mat, enter your belly button off the mat, palms to your thighs, your toes will stay down. Look down to the ground, you're just floating the back of your head and your upper back up. Inhale, lengthen, turn, float to lift up. Exhale, slow down. So inhale, lengthen to extend and lift. Exhale to lower. It's a back extension, it's not a back bend, so you want to lift from the upper back as opposed to low back there. Inhale, lengthen to lift. Exhale, slow down. Just another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lengthen to lift, come up that last one, feet down, pelvis down, belly button lifted as you're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, release down on 1. Hands beside you, push up into your rest position, sitting back into your thighs, rest the forehead down and hold there, length through spine, lengthen into your rest and breathe. Walk your hands back in towards you, come to a comfortable seated position, kneeling, crossed legs or legs slightly out in front of you. Interlace your fingers in front of the body, round for your upper back, shoulders, arms, if you're trying to pull your hands apart. Press your palms to face away from you, get more length through your arms there. Reach your palms face up to ceiling, shoulders back and down here. And then rest your hands onto your knees or thighs. Thank you so much for joining me in today's session. As always, if you love the class, do give the video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, do go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also press that bell in order to get notified each time I upload a video on a weekly basis. Until next time, have a great day and I'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye.